Good morning, YouTube. Went to a auction yesterday, and I figured I would show you guys what I got. I'm going to title this video exactly how much you can save at an auction. So I got a Blue Point line disconnect set. And boy, that thing's it's a caddy. She's got some stuff in there. You can work on all kinds of Fords and Dodges with this. Got a bearing driver, pretty nice. A rack tool. An inline flaring tool, which I just bought an inline flaring tool maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago. Master spring compressor set. Which I have plenty of spring compressors, but I don't have particularly any that have that kind of jaw on them. So for some of these tools will have been within $10 or $20 of what it would have cost to go on the internet, and some of them, of course, like this little Blue Point bit box, you can't look it up because there's no numbers on it. Can't find one just like it, so you don't know what it's worth. But this auction had more name brand stuff than any other sale that I've been to. I think they actually sold these off of the truck, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody else can probably tell me. But even like the little box had this had this Blue Point BT40 brake spring installer tool. That thing's $50 on the internet. So anyways, what I did was I sat here and here's my card for the day. What we paid for stuff: $5.45, $10.40, $90, $99, $35, $90. I wrote down on this side what we paid for everything, and on this side what it cost to buy the cheapest one on the internet. And with all of my math that I did, that I got this set. One of my buddies had one of these sets before he got on the wrong path and started hanging out with the wrong people, and then a whole bunch of his guns and sets disappeared. So I used to borrow his all the time, and I've been having to use a cheap one for 2 or 3 years. And this, let's just say I wanted the snap-on one again, because you get used to what you're using, and this thing is nice. It has the ball bearing in it somewhere, unless somebody lost it at the auction after I found it at the auction yesterday, which is no, oh, there it is. That's the worst part of it, is that you're on a continual mission to retrieve this little ball bearing, but it's very much so worth it, because it this set is really nice. I've always every time I've used it, I really enjoyed it. Like I said, I gave $480 for this. It was like $580 plus shipping on the internet for morning. It was like I bought this David Brown or David White level transit, and it works perfect. $30 for it, which I know we have all that in digital stuff already, but you can't never go wrong with one that don't have a battery. Anyways, so on this stuff, you got all these little treats and stuff, you know. Evidently a mechanic passed away. I don't know who he was, but they had some stuff. Man, they had kids there dropping thousands of dollars on snap-on sockets and stuff like that. I'm not that kind of a tool snob. I'll use a horrible freight or hardly freight or whatever you call it socket before I'll spend all that money. But for something that's going to get broke, man, that's nice. And I mean, I'm more of a Blue Point snob than a snap-on snob, because I can't pay them snap-on prices. But it's really cool to have. So anyways, on that yellow truck I'm working on, I pulled this truck in here. This has a crate motor in it, but it has so much rust in the everything that it's shot out. So I'll sell these aluminum wheels off of it if anybody even can use 8-lug aluminum wheels anymore. And I mean, you can see how tough this thing is and rusted. And I will pull the engine out. The seat is super clean. I was going to use this cab, but this cab's just shot because this one has a tidal and I have a short bed that don't. But anyway, so we did that. Truck's in here to get parted out. Hear the coffee making. What are you doing, Wah? Here's the engine that come out of that truck, and it is locked up. And then I've got the truck outside. I wonder what we got last night. It come a gully washer, 2.5 inches, a little less. Ain't no way. I don't know though. Look at the yard's flowing. Right over there are the cattle, so in about 10 minutes I have to drive through that on the 4-wheeler. I'm not looking forward to that at all. It'll take all day for that to stop flowing through the yard. Whoever did the dirt work here was a freaking imbecile, and they didn't think anybody was ever going to live in these houses anymore, and they got out there with a bulldozer and made a mess it'll take my whole life to clean up. If I could give y'all any advice, it's never, ever, ever get in any kind of business dealings with your family unless they force you, which is where we're at. But anyways, so we got the yellow truck. I put clean tires on it, or I mean, I cleaned the truck up with Windex and everything. I vacuumed all the mouse poop out, and I put tires that hold air on it, and I got it all ready to put the new engine into, and then we'll be able to test drive it. But the yeah, see, this is what my yard's like every time it rains, and I don't own the field around the yard, so I can't dirt work the area to well, I do own the field, but I don't. It's just using my name. But anyway, so I can't dirt work the area out to keep my house safe, do anything to keep my house safe. I have no control over that shit. A little bitter with the family right now, but anyways, here's this truck, and I think anybody who has family they're with around it all has that problem, especially if money's involved. Anyways, here's this little truck, and it did clean up pretty decent, you know. And I said everything. I already got my little portable tank in here so that when I get the clutch stabbed and all the bolts on and everything, I can just jump in here and take off. And a couple of you guys were saying you might be interested in this truck. I'll write a bill of sale and put this thing on a shipper's truck right now for $3K. It'd be, especially if y'all are going to put a diesel in it, let me know before I put a gas engine in it, so that so we won't have no issues. We got this project, those two vans right there, coming up pretty soon. They the one was abandoned here a long time ago, wrecked when it was like 3 years old, and this one I bought from Copart. Well, the one that I bought from Copart was owned by a battery company, so it's completely and entirely gross. But all right, I'll just change socks when I get back inside. And the other one, I mean, this thing's all roddy in the back. It's got 300,000 miles and the floor's out, but and been welded back in. But this is all clean. And they wanted like $480 for a headlight, And this one right here is the one that somebody wrecked up just the front end on, and it has around 70,000 miles, and it was 2 years old when it was parked. So as soon as the quiet title comes in and I get the attorney paid for that and get me a title back, I'll start taking off the pieces on that one and changing them over to that. Good grief, it's a mud hole out here. Here's what's come of the barn. I just barely got finished getting it burnt. all the way because them idiots put it out, but we did get it burned all the way. And now all I got to do is go around here with the grapple when it dries. It'll be several days, and pull all of this concrete, and then I'm going to dig a hole, bury all these ashes and nails, and then there's a pile of dirt right there. Oh, just same old stuff. Same old stuff. The video's getting to be about 10 minutes long, so I'll look, there's a Ricky in his natural habitat over there on the porch. But and there's 3 cows that are not where they're supposed to be out there in the alfalfa. But that's normal, man. You can't run cattle on a pasture with grass that has less grass than the alfalfa that's right beside it. I mean, but it's gonna be like that a few more years. And I imagine here within 3 or 4 days, we're gonna lose one. But that's all that we got, and I wanna have my cows. I love them, I wanna do right by them, so do the best I can. You know, if you're independent and you don't have nobody else controlling what you do, you can really make a lot better decisions for yourself. But I don't know. Anyways, I mean, I have a lot more freedom than most people do out here, of course, too. But it's just, you know, every time you're in business with somebody who believes in crops and you believe in cattle, then you got to really, you're going to step on each other's toes every day. That's all there is to it. So anyways, I'll catch up with y'all later. Peace.